What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All Things Super. I am one of your hosts, Spider, and I am joined. Why? What? Stop! You're poking him in the face. That's Mr. VIP, Frankie Washington. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm intrigued. I'm here.
You're gonna smudge your lens.
Oh yeah, well, uh, uh, take care of that for you, Spider. I am infinitely awesome, sir. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
See,
A
when
lot
we
of
get when
hands.
we get
A lot
3D
of hands this one.
technology on these
Huh?
podcasts, and you start doing
Okay.
stuff like that, you're gonna start freaking people
Mm.
out.
They want to be touched.
That could be
They
possible.
want to be touched. Yeah, I'm gonna touch them too in the 3D world only. Only in the 3D world. Not in the real world, because
Okay.
people don't want to be touched for real. They
Not
just
without
think they
consent.
want to be touched. Well, that's true. It's a lot of factual things on this show.
Yeah.
When people come here for the facts, Spider, they
They
don't
come
come
here
here
for the
for nothing
facts.
else.
They come here for the
They
facts,
come
but
here
they
for the.
also come here for our opinions. Because
Well, guess what?
everything that we I was about to say everything that we say isn't true, but that's not necessarily what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that we're sitting up here lying
Where are
to
you
y'all.
going
What I'm saying is
with?
that we don't just spit facts. We also bring our
Right.
opinions to the show. That's what I'm trying to
Y'all
say.
came for the facts,
And
but
stay for the
y'all stayed
opinions.
for the toner.
The toner?
What?
Like printer
We're out
ink?
of toners. Yeah, get it facts, toner, ink. That's
Dude, do you know
pretty
how
much.
expensive printer ink is? It's
I would
ridiculous.
imagine.
You think he was
I would
printing with gold or
imagine.
something?
Let's boycott.
I mean, do we really need to print stuff these days? Everything can be
In the
seen
digital
sent
world?
digitally. Everything got a
Uh
QR code. If you need to like have a ticket or something, you can just scan it. Like, what do we really need to
underst-
print these days?
understand what you're saying, because it all goes away. Letters, copies, paper, it all goes.
We stop printing, we save paper,
Newspaper.
save trees, heal the world.
Hey, I will hug the world too. I love a tree, especially when you have it in your hands and you could feel the nature inside those branches and
take a
feel the
big
greenery.
take a big whiff like Galactus.
Right. Hit that Galactus. Oh yeah, that's nice right there. That's nice right there. That's nice right there. Y'all not playing right there.
Will
Y'all
we
look. Y'all not playing right there. Y'all not playing.
will we
All
ever get an
right.
explanation as to why he decided to do that? Because that's a choice. That's something that you have to animate. You have to have the mocap actor like bend down and physically do that. Like, what was the rationale behind that?
There was none, and I loved it.
It was just
It
I
really made no sense.
and I love
It's
the
like,
fact that they had Johnny react to it. Just look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
what? It's no different than Tyrese throwing that powder bomb up in the air. We ain't gonna get no explanation for that.
None.
That's just a
Absolutely
moment
none.
that's given to the fans. It's like everybody in the theater's like, what
Why?
the fuck just
Like,
happened?
why? For what reason?
What?
Do you just walk around with baby powder in your pocket?
Why do you
Like,
got that?
what's going
What
on?
is this? What is happening? Did you walk out and do a little more? It's like, all right,
It's like, okay,
that's who else but Roman?
right, exactly. It's just that we've talked about this before, and it's just they have to find a way to just like keep progressing and keep getting more and more ridiculous. I don't know.
I don't know. I appreciate smelling that grass though, because sometimes you got to go to new places, Spider. You got to go to new places, hop off your chair, and touch grass. You know what I'm saying? You got to touch that grass, give it a little. Oh yeah, that's right there. That's right there. That's right. That's
Stick it in your
right there.
pocket and keep on pushing.
Keep on moving. Now where that baby at?
But if you didn't know, this is All Things Super, where every week we
Yeah,
take
it
a
is.
piece of superpowered movies, TV shows, even trailers. We watch them, we react to them, we break them down, we review them, and we ask the question, is it super?
Is it
Is it
super? Super or
super?
super? Super. Super.
Super.
Soup. Oh, per. All
Yeah.
right now.
But if you like that, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to reach out to us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
If you leave a comment, we'll read it.
We will read it.
That's
We
it.
did have a
That's
comment
it.
from our Fantastic Four review,
You
and
want to
they
read
gave
it
you what you were looking for,
online?
Mr.
They
VIP.
gave me what I was looking
They
for.
gave you what you were looking
Attention
for.
and hugs and loves.
The comment came from Rescueverse AI-RCA, and remember how you were saying that we didn't get Johnny Storm's iconic catchphrase all throughout the movie, and so they hit you in the comments with a flame on.
Who was this person? Shout them out.
Rescueverse AI-RCA.
Oh, well, there you go. Thank you.
But yeah, you leave a comment, we'll read the comment.
And just like that, it is done.
But today we are not asking if anything is super. We've already determined whether these movies were super or
Yeah,
not.
we
But
reviewed them all.
we have reviewed all 6 of these movies, but now we are
A lot
going
of hard
to
work. A lot of hard work we
rank
do.
the movies of the
That's
Marvel
right.
Cinematic Universe's Phase 5.
That's right. Y'all ready for this?
Are you ready for this?
Okay,
So
songs
if
on the
you
line. I
caught
feel like
our
I need
last
it to the
episode where
song.
we ranked the TV shows of Phase 5, what we did
Go back and
is
watch that.
go back and watch it if you haven't caught it. But what we did is we went through all of the TV shows in chronological order and release order when they came out, and then we gave a little snippet about what it was about, and then we talked about where we put it on our list. So we'll keep with that format here as we review the movies as well. And so we will start with the first movie of Phase 5 that released
Drum roll, please.
February 17th, 2023, directed by Peyton Reed, starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Long cast.
and Jonathan Majors. We are talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah. Did you say Michael Douglas?
Yeah, I say Michael Douglas.
Okay, because it's a long cast. There are a lot of people in there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
also,
forgot about
what was the daughter's name? Cassie.
Cassie Lane.
Cassie was played.
By
I
I
forget her
can't do
name.
that without thinking about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart be like you snap your finger famous.
You snap your
What's
finger.
so crazy? Yeah, he's talking about he was talking on the interview. I think he was talking to what it
Catherine Newton. That's her name.
that's not who I was talking about Stephen A. Smith. But yeah, Catherine Newton is her name. Stephen A. Smith get those too. Catherine Newton, Stephen A.
So when you
Smith
say
get
snap
those.
your finger famous, that means you're famous, but
You
nobody
trying to
can remember your
remember?
name. So you're like,
Yeah, that's what you trying to. Kevin Hart say you
you know
snap
what?
your
I wouldn't
finger
mind being snap your
famous.
fingers famous.
I wish I was. Oh,
Like
you that
he was in that thing. He
I
was in that
saw
movie.
that guy. Hey, when you do like if you don't have no, just do that. You know what I'm saying? Or do something magical with it.
Something magical.
Cause I'm awesome. Let them know.
But
Yeah,
yes,
I got my list right here,
it
boss.
was a stacked cast with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But
Right.
if
You
you don't,
forgot some names too. You forgot Craig. Craig was in there. Raheem was in there. Uh you gotta read the credits, right? They got a Craig.
Raheem,
Raheem. Yeah, Raheem. I think he was a grip working on the set.
okay.
I should shout out to everybody, Spider. I can't believe it. I love the peoples,
I
man. I
mean,
can't believe
listen,
why.
we've made it known that, and I'm talking to the people. We've made it known
Yeah.
that we appreciate all the people who work on the set. We give a
All
shout
of
out to
them.
the cinematographers and the set
What?
designers, the wardrobe specialists,
What?
hair and makeup team, stunt performers,
Fall Guy was one of
everybody.
our best movies
It
to
was
watch.
a movie.
It's the best movie to watch.
but
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 that
yeah, so if you, of course, because it's been 2 years now since Quantum Mania came out, if you don't remember what it was about, just quick overview.
Yeah,
We're catching up
that's what we
with
did. Yeah, yeah, we did the
we're
synopsis.
catching up with Scott and Hope, and now we got Janet back from the quantum realm at the end of Ant Man and the Wasp, and then we were able to
Mm,
get them back after the blip once Endgame
mm,
concluded. But so now everybody's here. Cassie's a little bit older, but Cassie's getting a bunch
yeah,
of trouble. But she's trying to be an activist, but she's doing illegal things, and so she's
yeah.
been working with Janet. No, she's been working with, yeah, she was working with Janet, right? To
She was working with Janet a little bit from Hope. Scott didn't know. No, she was not working with Janet
It was with
because
Hope
Janet didn't know.
and Hank, right?
Hope and Hank. Scott didn't know.
Yeah, Scott didn't
Janet
know,
didn't
Janet
know
didn't know because
until
Janet
Janet
freaked
is
out
like,
on her
"Wait,
about
what
it.
you doing? Where's it going? A signal to what? You better turn that shit off
But so
right now."
she was she created a beacon that could communicate with the quantum realm. She was getting messages back. They get sucked in. They are confronted by Kang the Conqueror,
Honey, I shrunk the
and they
kids.
had a huge fight to try to prevent him from getting out of the quantum realm because he was planning to basically take over the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the quick and
Trouble
dirty of it.
ins trouble ensues, and then at the end of the day, Scott turns into the giant man who is still Ant Man because he's in
He's a
the
big man in a tiny
quantum
space.
world. Right,
And
and
Cassie
then
did the
these
same thing.
ants, right, which she just knows how to work her suit and her powers now for whatever reason.
The
But
suit that she just got.
she just got it. Now she knows how to run and jump like Mario. She got to jump and punch. And then for whatever reason, Aaron Cross is there and he's now Mordok and he got a little baby butt and a
Yeah.
large head. So I guess we did that because his body was morphed at the end of Ant-Man 1. But I was not unhappy to see Mordok, and I wasn't unhappy that they made Darren Cross Modoc. I was just unhappy they didn't take it as realistic and serious
No, they didn't
as I
take
guess
Modoc
I guess you
serious at all.
can't though because Mordock is one of those characters that's a comic book character. There's no way he should exist. His head is like the size of a wall, like, and he floats, and his legs are little, and his hands and arms are little. So I guess in the spectrum of things, I guess that's the best way they could do it. But
I mean, to
I would
be
have rather
honest,
him escape from the quantum realm and became got in charge, and maybe we saw AIM, advanced mechanics or whatever the name is.
yeah, advanced idea mechanics.
Yeah,
But
that
cause
would have
yeah,
been nice
and I mean,
fashion.
like, did we really even need Modoc in that movie? Because like
No, because now they destroyed the idea of him.
I can understand including a character for comedic value,
Hmm.
but this is, if you watched any of the trailers, we know that Ant-Man is, as I'll say, Paul Rudd as an actor has an innate ability to make things funny just by whether it's
Lovable,
his physical acting or whether the way he
charming,
just portrays a scene. So his previous Ant-Man
enduring.
movies, he brought a lot of comedy into it. But all of the
That's
trailers
right.
for Quantum Mania made this seem like it was going to be such a much more serious film. We have a huge threat in Kang the Conqueror. We had clips of him in the trailers saying, "Oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before? Are you the one with the hammer?" It's like this is a threat. This is somebody who has taken down the Earth's mightiest heroes, the strongest of the strong. And this is somebody that Ant-Man, who really is just a guy who has the power to shrink, he's supposed to go up against Kang the Conqueror and
Well,
is
he could
expected to
fight.
win. I yes, he
He
can
learned how
fight.
to
He can fight.
fight.
But what is his? It's not like he's Batman level trained to where he
Oh
knows
no,
every
I didn't
single
say all
martial
that.
art.
No.
That's what I'm saying. And you expect
Uh-uh.
you expect a guy who can fight and now has the
Oh
ability
yeah,
to shrink and has to take those abilities up against Kang the Conqueror.
King has been again stripped down to his bare necessities inside the quantum realm. In fact, that's the one that's supposedly exiled. So even at his bare features, he's still highly trained because he was able to train in every fighting style across time. Scott can't win. And he really kind of got his ass whooped. That's
Yes.
why, let's be honest, Spider. Let's go ahead and call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel tests the footage with the correct ending that they wrote, which had Scott being trapped in the quantum realm and Kane getting out. And they got cold feet and they changed it to what they have now, which was a shitty ending. But they did it that way. I think they honestly pivoted that way because they didn't want to kill Kang and they know they could bring him back if they make him go into a microverse, which is under the quantum verse.
But if
Or he's in a probability verse now. So all he has to do is
so, here's my
basically
thing.
come together with the idea he wants to get out all together, and then he's gonna get out.
Because in the mid credit scene, we got the Council of Kings. We got
Uh huh.
Immortus, Ramatot,
Uh huh.
Centurion, all of the Kang variants in the arena. In the post credit scene, we got Victor Timely in Loki season 2.
Yes.
If you, and this is what we were talking about before when you were asking, is it possible to still have a connected cinematic universe? If you have a director who is directing a movie and he's with the writers and they have their story, and then you bring another completely separate team in to do the post credit scenes,
Mm.
you end
Mm.
up with a completely disjointed story. Because like if you're saying they didn't want to kill Kang, they didn't want to make it seem like he was gone because Kang
Yeah.
was being elevated as the big bad of the saga. So if
Yeah.
you don't want to
Even
kill
even
that
even in
Kang,
Loki, they didn't kill him.
well, they
E-
killed He Who Remains.
in Loki, they did not kill Kang. They said, and I quote, Owen Wilson said, I guess one of them was making a ruckus on 616, but they took care of it or something.
No, they were talking about the because He Who Remains was in 616. He Who Remains was out of time. They were talking
Yes,
about the Kang that Ant-Man dealt with.
right. But guess what, Spider? They're out of time. So it's no telling when that time happened. That means they can still bring him back at a later point in time and it still will chronologically match up to what they said.
But what my point is that why be afraid of killing off your villain if you have an infinite number of copies of him already waiting in the wings? Because
And that's
I
the
feel
other
like it
trump
would
card.
be more like it would be a better story to say, okay, well, we definitively killed this Kang and we
They
have the
they
happy
didn't
ending.
kill any of them.
No, but I'm saying, hear me out. Make the movie. Let Scott
Mm-hmm.
and Hope and Cassie, whoever, let them kill the
Mm-hmm.
Kang that they were fighting. Like, no questions
Okay.
about it. He's dead, dead. However, they write in the story to kill him, he's dead. He's
Got
gone.
you.
He's done. At the end of the
Got you.
movie, we get the whole thing. Okay, well, now Scott's living a carefree life. He's celebrating a
Yep.
birthday, but he's having a
Yep.
crisis because he's wondering, is Kang really dead? So we don't have that crisis now. We have Scott being happy. We have Scott loving life now. We can go back to the way that things were. And instead of it being a mid-credit scene, make the
Uh-huh.
Council of Kings the actual end of the movie. And so that way, when Scott is like all happy and go lucky, we cut. And now we not only have one more Kang that we have to deal with, we have the whole Council of Kangs, this arena full of Kangs. That's how you end the movie. That's how you leave it on a cliffhanger to say, oh shit, Kang is coming back. It's not the Kang that they fought, but we have a whole council of Kangs that now we now have to deal with it in whatever time they decide to deal with it. I don't see
But
why they would be
I
afraid
understand what
to
you're saying.
commit to killing one if you already have an infinite number waiting in the wings to pull from.
Here's the problem with that: you don't have a through line. You don't have a king that you're caring about. And if you keep in mind, Marvel has been notoriously known for not knowing how to do villains. That's why Thanos and Killmonger stand at the one and two, while Loki probably stands at the one. They just don't, and they keep making horrible villains, one note villains, villains that they kill off too soon. They learned their lesson in a sense. They didn't kill off Kang. They just have him on reserve, and I think they invested way too much to just let the storyline drop. Will you see him again? Probably not now, since we're up and down. And Fantastic Four did like, and then it went, so they're trying to make it, and who knows how it's gonna go. But they kind of they might not touch it again for a while because they got the whole mutant
Oh,
saga to
I'm
do.
pretty
But
sure that
again,
they
they could
yeah, they
come
won't bring
back
him back
to
for a
it.
while. Yes, they absolutely could, but I don't think that it's going to be anytime soon.
Well, I guess they want to see what he does first, personally, professionally, I should say.
I
Maybe
mean,
both.
I feel like, and
Maybe
it's
both.
nothing against Jonathan Majors. I think
Yeah, it's
that
nothing
he's
against Jonathan
probably
Majors.
going to get recast. Whenever they do decide to bring Kang back, I'm pretty sure they're going to bring another actor in.
Well, you could say that, but it all goes on the strength of what type of career Jonathan Majors go. Because again, nothing's wrong with Jonathan Majors acting. The
No,
man
not at
made a
all.
mistake. He is the underdog now. Life's about it's not about how many times you get knocked down, but how you get up. So if he gets up and he does some banger performances, I'm not saying the world will forgive him or they'll excuse him, because you got to learn how to keep your hands to yourself, Spider. That's just not acceptable. But they may come around and forgive him if he, shows some type of level of remorse or, sincerity in changing those things. I don't know if
I
he
don't know.
went to counseling or went to get help for, anger management or what. But I'm saying, as far as his career, if he put one foot in front of the other, eventually he'll get traction. And some people make it a point to say, "I'm going to hit these pinnacles that they'll call me." Mahershala Ali walked into Marvel and said, "Blade," and they said, "Yes." That's power, but he's a two-time goddamn Academy Award winner. So why would you say no to him? Clearly, they trust him enough not to say, "This is the script. Deal with it." He's
Hmm.
like, he's not happy with the script. Let's find another script. Let's do something else. So they're not crazy over there on that side of the pond. They got some things. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I don't know, because I think I do know. I think they're not done with Kane, whether they recast or not. I don't think they're done with Kane as far as the character. Where does Ant Man and Quantumania wrap up on your list?
Oh, for me, is number six. It's just
God
bottom of the
damn,
list.
son! Whoa! Wow!
I stated it when we did the
Wow!
review. I've
I
stated
didn't
it
think it
many
was that
times.
goddamn low.
I've stated it many
Shit! You
times
just
afterwards.
pew!
You lost me when you try to make us fear this villain and then he gets done in by ants.
Well, there was hyperly. There were advanced ants. They weren't just
Okay,
regular ants. There was like,
sure.
there was advanced. There was like 100 years advanced, which you really shouldn't put time in it for somebody who's
Outside
mastered
of
time.
time, right?
But he don't have, like, he didn't have his. Okay, well, he had partial power in his suit. He
Hmm.
didn't have his full capability of his suit, right?
Right.
And then they didn't really beat him. They destroyed his suit. Like, he was still immobile. Like, he still kicked that man's ass after that.
No, he absolutely
And
did.
and
And
the
then
truth of
Hope
the part of the
saved
truth
him.
of the matter is, he had to get his suit damaged so they could have the one-on-one combat. Because Ant Man ain't about to run up on Kane with that suit, and you can only stay Giant Man for so long anyway. You
Before he
know,
needs his orange slices.
yeah, you need them more slices. I think it reestablish your equilibrium or something. I don't know, but that's important. Yeah, Hope shouldn't have came back. It shouldn't have been the situation that it was. He should have got stuck in there. Yes. Ant-Man should have been stuck in it. Listen, I know y'all don't want him to die. Y'all don't want Paul Rudd to die. Then y'all
I
gonna be
mean,
really mad at Jonathan Majors, not the character of King. He's like, how he killed Ant-Man?
technically
Because
in one
everybody love
universe he already
Ant-Man.
did.
Well, he's supposedly killed a lot of Avengers, but that's another problem with the movie.
Well,
Tell,
I'm
not
talking about
show.
another movie that we'll talk about
Show,
later.
not tell. Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you what Ant-Man follow on my list.
What is it
It
for?
is number 4.
Number
I got
four?
it at number 4. Yeah, man, because again, Jonathan Major's performance as King the Conqueror was not bad. I enjoyed him as He Who Remains. I enjoyed him as Victor Timely. So I could separate that from the acting. And then who doesn't love Paul Rudd? I don't like the fact that it was down there, and I understand you. It's a fish out of water story, right? So we have to learn about the environment and what's down here. What's that? The Infinity Stones are down there, so you saw that they're just down there hanging. I was wondering if the Scott was gonna grab them and bring them back. Oh, dude, there's clearly the Infinity Stones down there. Go back and watch Quantum Mania if you could stomach it. The Infinity Stones are reduced to atoms. Now, how they reduce to atoms and they're on Earth, I don't know,
Well,
but they're
meaning
down there.
not technically on Earth if you're in the quantum realm, right? Is that technically on Earth?
I thought that was like a sub level of Earth. It's like the lowest level under that's underneath the micro level of Earth. You know what?
I don't know if that's
I gotta
exactly
send you the Marvel cosmetology breakdown.
okay.
I don't know if I said that right.
I don't think you
Yeah,
did,
it's
but
cool.
I think
I
I
don't know if I
understand what
said
you're getting at.
somebody does.
No, I mean for me it wasn't about the acting. It was never that the acting was bad. I would say the and I'm not saying that their performances were bad, but the what's the word that I'm looking for?
It's not a great story. It
That's
just
really
wasn't
what
a
it
great
boiled down
story.
to. The story just
It
didn't
just
do
wasn't a
it for
great
me. The
story.
story didn't do it for me. Having Bill Murray in there didn't make any sense. Having Modoc in there didn't make any sense. We got the villagers of the quantum verse, whatever. They were funny. They were entertaining. Again, that's that comedy that Paul Rudd brings in. They're telling him to
Mm-hmm.
drink the goop, all of that stuff. The guy screaming about his holes, all of that stuff was funny. It was comical and made for great moments, but the overall story is just it wasn't there for me. And the whole thing about Janet holding on to this secret, like even when they're
Mm.
in the quantum realm and she's freaking out and being like all spooked and everything, and everybody's asking her what's wrong, what's the problem, and she's like, we just got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. It's like, this is your family. If you can't talk to your family and tell them
Mm.
what you went through, who can you talk to?
Mm.
And all of this,
Goddamn.
I'm just trying to keep secrets to protect you all and everything. How is keeping the knowledge that Kang is somewhere in this microverse, this quantum realm, you're keeping that information from us? How is that protecting us? You're getting us into an information into a situation blind now because you have knowledge that you're not sharing with the class, so we
Spider,
don't know what we're getting
because
into.
I'm telling you right now, the reason why, because Janet had needs. She had needs, Spider. She let it be known to Hank, a woman has needs. Now she not saying it was only Bill Murray. She just saying a woman had needs, and it was a long time she was down there.
Yeah,
Long time. When she was down there, that hair was in silver. Just remember that.
I
Long
don't know.
time. Time worked differently down there.
It does, but all of that, it just no, it didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. All right, so next.
Ah.
Next, premiering, releasing May 5th of 2023, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the last of the trilogy,
James Gunn
James
last
Gunn's
movie.
final project with Marvel,
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Volume
So,
3.
the little synopsis: Guardians of the Galaxy are adjusting to life on Nowhere, but when parts of Rocket's
Mm,
past resurface, Peter Quill must lead the
mm.
Guardians on a dangerous mission to protect him that could lead to the team dissolving. Now,
And that it did.
I feel like the mission that they were on to rescue Rocket and deal with the High Evolutionary, I don't feel, and I understand that, this is Wikipedia, this is all crowdsourced material and everything, but I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah. Open
synopsis
source.
is
Yeah.
a little misleading because that mission that they were on,
Huh?
I don't think the mission had any like risks of breaking the team up. I think that the team broke up after they all got back because they felt like their lives were leading them in different directions.
Uh,
Do you think it was
I,
because of the mission that they
I,
broke up, or
I,
do you think
I
that
don't. I won't say. Well, the truth of the matter is, we all know the reality that happens, right? So they
contracts
had
in
to
it?
break the team up.
Right.
Contracts ended. James Gunn had already,
He
was
signed on
heading
with
over there to
DC. Batista was saying that he
DC.
didn't want to do it anymore.
If James Gunn wasn't involved, and you work with these guys for so long, you build that camaraderie, right? So, you know, it was gonna have to end some kind of way. And the best things don't last forever. It's okay. So as far as the Guardians, yeah, it's gonna feel weird because even though Gamora's back alive, that's not our Gamora. And I
Right.
think smartly James was narrating that into the movie to let you know this is not your Gamora. And as much as she looked like your Gamora, who actually being in this plane of existence destabilized the multiverse, she's now moved on, and so you have to move on too. Meta, Meta, she's talking to the fans. You're gonna have to move on. You,
Mm-hmm.
you have to, because James not gonna be there. The Guardians are not gonna be there. And his last message to you, as the audience, was, "I love you guys." Fucking James Gunn something else, boy. Fucking James Gunn something else, boy. And he said farewell. The whole goddamn movie was about dealing with loss. You're dealing with loss. You didn't even know Rocket had friends. Backstory that progresses. How do we progress the story forward? I give you information that you didn't even know, which builds the character much more so. Now, I talked about building a relationship with these guys and working together. Star Lord is still a part of the MCU.
Yes.
He is. Also, Rocket is still a part of the MCU.
Is he?
Nebula is still part of the MCU. So, and I believe if we get Mantis back, it's a possible. Depends. She's doing big things now. She's saving the world with Tom Cruise. Um, so potentially we can see those people get back together again, and maybe if you give Zoe Saldana so much money between her making Avatar Part 9, she might slide in and do like a cameo or something, maybe a
Why,
flyby
why do I
that'll
need to do
lead to
anything
something
else
else.
if I can stay with this one franchise that makes $1 billion a movie?
Sometimes you like to spread your wings,
No,
Spider. Sometimes you like
I
to.
agree with that. I
Yeah,
agree.
the
So
the second movie, they
you
damn near drowned Zoe Saldana, man. They damn James Cameron doing too much. Sometimes you want to get away. Just
you
put green
you
makeup
get
on,
you get into a position where
suntan.
you can stop taking the movies to make money and you can start taking the movies that you want to do, the ones that you love, the
I think
art
she
pieces and the
yeah,
the things
yeah,
that you wouldn't normally take if you were struggling to make
yeah.
ends meet.
I think the last movie that she did that was for Colombiana. I think after Star Trek, she started making those. Maybe if Pirates of the Caribbean, but yeah, she pretty much doing what she want at this point in
Yeah.
time. So if you talk to her nice, maybe rub her feet
And
or something, she might come back.
is she still doing Lioness? Is that show still on?
I'm not sure, depending on when they watch this video.
Also true.
That's all we
If
do
you
is
watching this
give you
7 years
facts
down
with
the
no
line, you
toner.
can probably
Yeah.
definitively say like, no, it's not on air anymore.
It's not on there. What they was talking about? It's so dated. Their video is so dated. It's not even on the air
Listen,
anymore.
that's just the
Yeah.
way that the internet works.
Hey, the internet holds on to this. So when you watching this, just know you watching two guys that truly appreciate you guys watching the two guys that really appreciate. It's the Ouroboros loop. You watching two guys that appreciate you watching them because we're watching you in the sense of appreciation that you're watching us. It makes sense if you don't think about it. It makes a lot of sense.
Well, for me, if we get into our rankings for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, that's number one for me. That's number one for me.
You
I thought the story
son
was
of
great
you emotionally feeling son of a.
because, like you said, we were already getting the action that we wanted. We were already getting the comedy that we wanted, but nobody, I think, went into Guardians 3 expecting to get the feels, to get that emotional
How dare
connection
you make me
through the
feel things,
characters.
James Gunn?
But
How
no, I feel
dare you?
like, and this is like the complete opposite of what Quantumania was. I think that this was a great story that was told with these
It's so
characters.
funny you say that. This
But
one's literally at the top of the list, the other's at the
right,
bottom
it's
of the
just
list.
exactly the complete opposite.
It writes itself,
But no, it
folks.
was so well done. And I've heard a lot of people say that James Gunn has a comedy stylings of a shotgun blast. Like he just throws a lot of jokes at you. A lot of them will hit, but some of them will miss. But the ones that miss don't really matter. And that's just
Mm,
how Guardians has been. We've seen that in the DCU, especially with like Peacemaker. You see Peacemaker, and Peacemaker is a 27-minute episode, and about 17 of those minutes are just jokes, and some of them are really funny, some of them are not that funny. And but at the end of the
yeah.
day, you still have a cohesive story. You have a story
Mm-hmm.
that not only, we already talked about making you laugh, but you have good action and you have emotion, you have heartfelt sentiment from characters. And a lot of directors can't maintain that balance as well as James Gunn does. And I feel like if he was not able to come back and direct Guardians 3, I shudder to think how that movie would have suffered, how that
It wouldn't have
franchise would
worked.
have suffered, because
Wouldn't have
you would
worked.
have had such great storytelling that was built on from one and two, and it would have fell so flat in a third one. So I am so glad that Disney and Marvel brought him back for three so he could finish telling his story. I know that he was a little upset because of I think it was Infinity War, where Star Lord's helmet broke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then so he like out of spite brought it back in Guardians 3. Because I remember a whole bunch of people
But
online
he,
were like, oh, if
but he didn't
it
wear
broke,
it.
he wore it in 3. Yeah, he got it back.
No, he didn't.
He did. I'm telling you, he did.
He
And
almost died.
in volume 3, he got it
It
back.
was like, "Where's Star Lord's helmet?" And he's like, "It was in the drawer." He almost died because in the last scene he didn't have his helmet on.
Right. Then what am I
Yeah,
thinking
that
of
was a
when he got
big
it back?
fuss.
Yeah, because he I guess he had to write that in because it got broken. Right, you're right, you're right. Um, but again, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta have somebody that's keeping track of all these things if you're gonna have a
Yeah,
cinematic universe that's connected.
yeah,
But regardless of him pivoting on the fly and having to change certain things, it was still a great movie. Like you said, the relationship between Quill and Gamora and how they resolve that whole line of just I bet we were fun. And it's like that whole hardened exterior is like you can see like we already knew how Gamora was in Guardians 1 and how Quill like
yeah. She
eventually
gets jaded. Yeah, break it
softened
down.
her up and everything into
Proximity.
where they developed an attraction between the two. And you
It's an
can see
unspoken thing.
it's an unspoken thing, so it doesn't have to. It's an unstated thing, so it doesn't have to be stated. But you can see in the way that Zoe Saldana and Chris Pratt were able to play off of each other in that regard, and you could see even like going throughout the movie, you can see her caring about him not because she intended to, but like she
Yeah.
just couldn't help herself. So it's like one of those
Mm.
things like no matter what universe, no matter what variant, some people like anchor beings or nexus
Get
beings.
him,
They're
Spider.
just
Get him,
destined
Spider.
to
Hit him with that
to
lore.
be
Hit him with that lore.
in it be connected. I won't say in a relationship, but they're destined to be connected. But I feel like it was a very fitting end to the Guardian story. I don't know when the next time we'll see Star Lord, but it does say that Star Lord will return. He'll probably come in Secret Wars or Doomsday. I don't know. They'll fit him
Mm,
in some kind of way.
mm.
But yeah, number one
Well,
for me. Number one for me.
let me say this: it was no secret that Marvel did try to find another director to direct Guardians 3, and nobody wanted to touch it because that lets you know how good James Gunn is. I'll just leave it at that. For me, it landed at number three on my list. Guardians Galaxy number three landed on number three. That's how the numbers work. It's Trey for Trey on Trey. Trey. Almost like Chance the Trey Rapper.
Chance the
Uh,
Trey Rapper. Okay.
Trey Rapper. You don't see he got the little tray on his head. He got that
Yeah.
tray. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Phenomenal film, man. They can't do it without James Gunn, and the fact that he said his farewells poetically like that.
Hmm.
A lot of people didn't catch that. A lot of people didn't catch that, but I caught it. I see you, James. And you know what else I'm gonna say about James Gunn too, man? I like his style. James Gunn ain't scared to use color. And he
No.
showcased that in here. He's just not afraid to use bright colors, bright
Hmm.
like color. It don't have to be like blinding colors because that's a thing too. But he
Vibrant.
used vibrant colors. Yeah, thank you, Spider. Goddamn articulate, sexy man. All right, next on the list. What's next on the list?
Next on the list, released on November 10th, 2023, we have
Oh, I know this one. I know this one. Hold on, let me guess. Black Panther,
no,
which is also not a Phase 5 movie. I
it
was just
was not.
anytime I could throw a Black Panther in there, I'm trying to get it in.
No, we are
Ryan
talking
Coogler
about
about to mess y'all up with Black Panther 3. Look, they want set leak photos. They got people trying to do all kinds of stuff. I seen a girl
I'm
put cameras on her ears,
I'm
earrings.
just trying to stay away from all of it because it's starting to get ridiculous. The fact that I'm seeing so many clips online about stunts being performed and of Spider-Man Brand New Day out in
Yeah,
Scotland,
man.
I'm like, this whole movie's gonna be
Yeah,
online before they even get done filming it.
yeah.
Like
That's how they
I
do it
gotta
now.
I gotta stay away from it. I want to be
It's
surprised. I want to go into the movie and not know what I'm seeing, except from what I saw in the trailer.
somebody said Marvel was doing that to try to build hype since the Fantastic. Oh, put an O in front of four. It's not doing so hot.
I mean, I felt like it was last I saw it was
They
it.
said opening weekend shot up,
We
and
didn't
then
know
the
how to
second
steep drop.
weekend it steeply dropped,
I mean,
like 66%.
I
66%.
feel like that's normal. I feel like I feel like movies that are coming out now that have lasting power from week to week, I feel like that's becoming the exception. And having that initial for a big blockbuster movie,
Mm,
having that initial attendance and then the steep drop after that, I feel like that's becoming the norm.
how do
Maybe
you
not
explain
six. I'll
Superman?
say maybe not 66%. That is a very steep decline. But having a decline
How do
from
you
week
explain
one to week
Superman?
two, I mean,
Because
you.
Superman didn't have. How do you explain Sinners?
That's what I'm saying. That's because that's the exception.
Sinners didn't drop.
No,
Oh, that's the
what I'm
exception.
saying that's becoming it's becoming the exception for something to
Ah,
be that good to where it's not having a decline from week to week. I'm not saying that it's a mark of um just Marvel specifically, but
yeah.
most movies that come out these days, you might have a big opening weekend, and then week two there's going to be a drop. But you have cultural things like Sinners or cultural things like the Minecraft movie that are for a particular audience, and that audience will go out and support that movie.
Are movies just too expensive now, Spider? Is that
I
what it
think
is? Because
there.
it's about $20 a ticket,
Here's the
and
thing:
for an average family of four, man, that's like a hundred
is
bucks.
one, yes, things are getting more expensive. Movies, concessions, just the whole leaving your house experience these days. Everything's getting more expensive, but also I know that people, I the superhero fatigue is real. Um, there
Really?
the people who are willing to go out and support a superhero movie blindly is getting
Mm,
smaller and smaller by the day. You have people
mm.
like us who are just big
Oh yeah,
fans.
we on
I won't
time.
say I won't say
We
diehard
in the
fans.
genre. Yeah,
I won't say diehard fans because we're not going
we
out
ain't just taking
buying
all that shit.
every comic book. You know, we're not scouring all the news releases for the latest updates and all that other kind of stuff. But we
Oh, I
are
ain't
big
doing all
fans.
that.
We enjoy the genre. So yes, we're gonna go see
Yes,
the movies, but we're not going to
yes,
see it three, four, five times unless it's something that's really good. But I think that the average
yeah.
moviegoer,
I saw Sinners a lot.
I think the average moviegoer will take a look at a movie and like, oh, that's another MCU movie that came out. I haven't watched the last
But
five.
Spider,
I
it
don't
wasn't
watch any of the
always
Disney
like
Plus.
that.
No, I'm not saying it was like that's what I'm saying. The fatigue is real. We're
Mm.
what 2008 to 2025. We're 13, 17 years in to the MCU at this point.
So you could do a 10-year run, maybe a 20-year run. Because if they didn't fumble after Phase 4, they probably could have had a 20-year run. If
I
they
mean,
would have just came out,
so and here's the thing, because it's so subjective. What do you consider to be the end of a run? Because you still have movies making hundreds of millions of dollars.
there was no secret to me after Endgame. That was your reset. You can say what you want. That was a reset. You had a huge villain, a culmination of 10 plus years. We got to this point, and it felt like a lot had happened because they put it all on Jake, Jonathan Major's back. He signed a 9 picture deal. He was going to be, they had plans for him. But then Chadwick Boseman died. There was strikes. There was COVID.
I think
There
that's
was
what's really killing everything.
the
There's
strikes.
well, the combination of all of those things
Yeah.
happening reduced the quality of a lot of projects. And when the quality of those projects got reduced, a lot of the casual fans lost faith in the brand.
Mm.
So,
They went from quality to tragedy.
well, it went from quality until when they transitioned into streaming, we saw that it was more about a quantitative thing. We have to put out as many projects as possible. Even though all of these things were probably supposed to be more spaced out, now we have
Yeah.
to keep the public interest. So we have to keep churning things out. So things got put out and then they weren't necessarily as polished as they would have been back in phase one and phase two.
Mm.
Things got a
Falcon
lot
and the
more
Winter Soldier.
accessible as to the like set photos and previs stuff. Things get leaked, they start putting out trailers, and the public opinion about minority and female led pictures and stories. Then you start getting the review bombs, you start getting a negative press online. Everybody's trying to pull somebody into some kind of scandal. Everything
Mm.
is becoming more and more negative as far as the press of something. We saw when what was the movie? I'm trying to think. Brave New
The
World.
multiversal.
When Brave New World was being released, right? Before the movie came out. And I mean, not even Brave New World. The movie that we're going to talk about right now, the Marvels. Before the Marvels even came out, it was getting review bombed. Before it even like was being screened for critics, it was already being review bound. People were going online talking about how bad the movie was, just because you have a female led cast, female writers, female directors. Everybody's screaming woke. Everybody's saying that it's going to be bad because women can't be funny, women can't write movies, all this kind of stuff.
Well, that's a lie.
I
There's a
know it's a
lot of
lie, but that's not going
really
to stop
a
people from
lot of
screaming and
talented
shouting
women.
about it online. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the culture surrounding superhero content has changed so drastically from
Mm,
2019 to 2025.
mm,
People were already upset that once Endgame was done and we started getting into phase four, the multiverse
mm,
saga, and we start getting
mhm,
into other stories with established characters and we start introducing newer characters as well, they were upset because, oh, this isn't as big of a spectacle as Endgame was. Why is this story so slow? Who are these people? I don't know Shang-Chi. I don't care about, what Wanda and Vision are doing. Loki was dead already. Why is Loki back? All of these things that people didn't understand about this cinematic universe. It's like, yes, we had a big villain in Thanos. Now Thanos is done. We have to start telling other stories. And to tell a story, you have to have a beginning. You can't just
mhm,
jump into the next big bad and expect us
mhm.
to regard him as a big bad if we don't know where they're coming from, what their story is. And to their credit, the first couple of shows that we got on Disney Plus, WandaVision, Loki, they started to intertwine that stuff into where the future of the MCU was headed. And then again, COVID hit, it messed up things like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It started strikes hit,
Everything got messed up.
it started messing up other stuff. We got Black Widow released only on streaming. That whole
Mm,
story got messed up. And so things started to kind of snowball after that. And like I said, by the time they were able to right their ship and was like, hey, we realized we were messing up. We need to stop worrying about how many things we're putting out and just start worry about the quality of things that we're putting out. And by the time they pivoted on that new road, I think it was too late. People had, again, like I said, they have already lost their faith in the brand. And so for the casual viewer, they was like, oh, that's just another superhero movie. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to see it. You still have people who really like the genre
mm,
and they
mm,
will
mm.
go and they will support the movies. So we get a record breaking opening weekend, or not record breaking in the sense of Fantastic Four, but we get a very successful opening weekend. And then the casual
Mhm.
fans be like, oh, okay, that was good enough, or I didn't really care for it. And then that's it. They don't tell anybody about it. They don't go line about it. So there's no push in that second weekend to go see it. And
We
then
doing
on
our
top of
part,
that,
Spider.
no, I know we're doing our part, but we're also part of the problem because a week later
Whoa.
we go online and we review it full spoilers. And yeah, we label all of our videos when we're doing a spoiler review. It's right there on the thumbnail. This is a spoiler review, so don't watch it if you don't want spoilers. But they have a lot of people who go online and they don't put those spoiler warnings. They don't say, oh, I'm about to spoil this whole movie for you. And they just start putting out all kind of information. 2 days after the movie comes out, we're getting, and the movie studios do it too. They start releasing promotional footage and clips and photos and stuff of the movie a day or two after the
Yeah.
movies come out. It doesn't even really let
Correct.
a full weekend go by before they start spoiling things. And it's
Correct.
like, why go see the movie now if you've already told me what the big twist is and it?
Spider, they spoiled it in the trailers. Marvel
They're
do it their
spoiling in
own
the trailers.
self, man.
That's another
And
reason
here's
people
the
don't want
thing:
to go see
we
it.
don't spoil our stuff. Hey, we don't say. Hey, we say honestly, if the movie is super or not, we say either it's worth going watch. Sometimes we say if you like this, you'll like this, or we say it's just what. Hey, fuck you, movie. Sometimes you gotta say fuck you, movie.
Sometimes you gotta
Sometimes
say
that
fuck you
movie
movie.
deserve. Sometimes that movie deserve that fuck you. Where's
Jurassic
the
World
the
Rebirth.
oh my god. Oh my god. Something in the air.
It's allergies, the
Duck
dust.
it!
Uh,
Duck it! um nobody else. She didn't care about nobody else. Uh, what is the dude? She was stoic the whole movie. They got all Duncan people. Duncan was concerned with his people. I'm not gonna lie, but she
yeah.
ain't care nothing
She
about his
she ain't care
people. It's
nothing
like,
about.
oh
Weren't they
well,
supposed to all be friends? They were all
well,
like on
well for
cruise
us,
together.
whatever.
Just they she yeah she washed she got to the beach, he did. He was on the boat, he did. We climb up the mountain,
she
he
was
did. Don't worry about
she
none of
was
them.
ready to kill the man that was about to pay her. She's like, hey, if I find out any different, I'm go bust you. I got you. You just know that. And I'm
It's
like,
over a girl she
you
just met.
wasn't. You didn't even see the girl.
she just
Anyway,
she immediately didn't believe him. She was like, I don't know. Something
The
about
same
you.
the
I
same
don't think
guy
you were
that
trying to save
the
a little
same guy
girl.
that just told you we going to international places that we're not allowed to go to, and you was like, "Well, I guess we can't tell nobody." You trust that guy, and you all of a sudden,
You trust him to bring you out to this dinosaur island, but when a girl says that he watched me fall and was gonna let me die, he said, "No, I didn't." You don't believe him,
he really didn't. He just didn't stop to help her. He
right?
was like, he went to stop her, which the boat flipped, and it was like, "Oh, sorry."
It's like if you just so
Oh,
happen to slip, that's not my problem anymore.
hey, that's you. That's the universe solving.
That's just fate. I ain't got no hand in that. I can't help that. That's just the hand you
what,
was dealt.
what Batman said? I don't have to save you. I ain't gonna kill you, and I ain't gotta save you either. I'm out. I survived. My sea legs strong. Look what $1 billion do.
This your daddy fault for bringing you out here in the first place.
You got poor people legs. You go fall every time.
Oh, but we are talking
Where
about
where's
the
where's
Marvels.
the
We
Marvels?
haven't even talked about the
Oh
movie
yeah, we gotta do the
yet.
synopsis. Yeah, I love this show.
So for the Marvels, while investigating a wormhole linked to the Kree, Monica Rambeau's powers become entangled with those
Look
of
at
Kamala
me.
Khan
Oh
and
yeah,
Carol
that's true.
Danvers. The trio team up to determine why they're swapping places with each other every time they use their powers.
Mm.
Now, I
It
will
was an
say,
original concept,
original
right?
concept. I love the fact
Ish.
that they brought together three properties into one movie.
Had to.
We
Too
got
many properties
Monica
floating out
Rambeau
there.
from WandaVision. We got Kamala
That's
Khan
right.
from Miss Marvel. We got Carol
That's
Danvers
true.
from Captain Marvel, of course.
Brie Larson.
We already saw in Miss Marvel that they had the post-credit scenes where they had the scene from the Marvels where Kamala and Carol swapped when they were using their powers.
Right.
And so we of course saw the trailer that Monica was getting pulled into this as well. But I will say again, and like
Yes.
I was mentioned before, of course, this movie got a lot of
Yes.
hate and everything. I mean, Brie Larson already gets a lot of hate, and so
Yeah,
this
she
movie
does.
is
She attacked the
no
man
different
babies. The man babies fought back.
as they do. Keyboard warriors. But I thought the movie was fun. I thought there were a lot of funny moments. I love Iman Vellani and I love the energy that she brings to the character of Miss Marvel.
Yep.
She was the
Yep.
brightest spot of her show. Her show
Living
had
a
a lot of
dream, man.
problems in the second half of the season with the clandestine and
What
traveling back
about
in time and all
Cameron?
of that other kind of stuff.
Cameron. What about Cameron?
Yeah, all of that. I mean, it's high school drama, so it is what it is. But
Oh,
no,
good.
Iman Vellani
Good point.
brings such a vibrant energy and excitedness to the character that she plays. Even though it is in character for Kamala Khan to be that excited because she's like the Marvel super fan who happened to become a superhero. But
Yes.
with Iman's knowledge of the MCU and of Marvel in general, to the fact of where she's now writing her own Miss Marvel comics, is like you couldn't ask for a better person to portray
Mm,
that character. You could not ask for a
mm,
better person to be in the Marvel mythos of writing stories because that's a person who truly understands the character. That's a person who
mm,
relates to the character because they're of similar, ethnicity, of similar descent,
mm,
and
mm.
you can't you you can't teach that, right? You can tell an actor what their
It's passion,
motivation is, you can have them
right?
try to relate to their character,
How you
but
gonna
it's
direct me? I'm Miss Marvel, bitch. Get back.
pretty much
You tell me.
it's very rare that you
Yeah.
can get an actor that's portraying a character whose life that they've practically lived, right? And so mixing her in with Tiana Parrish as Monica Rambeau, she's fun as
Mm-hmm.
well. She has this
Mm-hmm.
whole like, I don't know what the hell y'all doing, but she like attitude about certain things, and it's
Facts.
just seeing the three of them. I think my favorite part of that movie was when the three of
When they were
them were
saying double
on.
dutch.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. When they were on Coward Ship and they were like working together to
Oh
try
shit, I
to
didn't
time
know.
their powers and stuff like that. I thought that was the best part of the movie. And some of the best action scenes of the movie was when they were using their powers in tandem and they were switching all over the place. So, like you said, original concept, original story, original premise, and everything. It suffered from a very lackluster villain, The
Yeah.
motivations behind the villain I understand because she's trying to save her planet, but she didn't seem very, we're talking about, like, remember we always talk about hero, anti-hero, anti-villain, villain.
Yeah.
She should have been giving anti-villain vibes, but she was just giving bad villain vibes. Like we should
Mm.
have like a
Been
Killmonger,
rallying behind her,
right? Like a Killmonger who's
understanding her
doing something, like
motivations.
we're understanding the motivation behind why Killmonger is like, look, y'all sitting up here living life, living large. I'm out here struggling. All our people out here struggling, and y'all not
My
doing nothing
planet ain't
about
even
it.
got a sun, bitch. You over here having a bad day. We ain't got no sun. I
Right.
just had to snatch oxygen around it.
And I guess maybe because we didn't really spend too much time with her as a villain, we didn't really get to understand her plight and her like feelings behind everything. We get to see why she hated uh Captain Marvel,
Yeah,
because Captain Marvel is the one
annihilated
that
her.
destroyed the Supreme Intelligence and which ultimately led to the destruction of the sun. But I don't know. It just,
Uh
the
oh.
villain wasn't that convincing. The
Uh oh.
fix to everything wasn't that great. It was just, oh, Carol,
Yeah.
you're strong. You can go and restart their son. It's like, how long has it been?
Yeah.
Like you
We ain't
never thought of that.
we ain't ever knew she could do that. That didn't push the narrative forward. That was just like, oh
No.
yeah, she should be able to do that.
No,
Oh,
and
why?
we did get in the post credit scene. We got the introduction of the X-Men into the MCU proper, as far as the story is concerned, not
Yeah.
just, the one off with Professor X and Multiverse of Madness to then get killed immediately. That's another thing that I hate about Multiverse of Madness, how they just killed the whole Illuminati off. But
Hey
we
man,
got,
you see
you know,
Professor X at this point, he gotta die. Like he's literally the most killed character in the MCU. If
is
you
he?
count the Fox. Well, Fox video movies are canon now since.
Yeah,
So yeah,
he died in X3. He died in Logan.
yeah. He died
He
in
died in
Multiverse
Multiverse
of
of Madness.
Madness.
I'm sure there have
He
been
got
other characters that have died
he
more than
got his
that.
ass shot. What is that? Three,
What?
four, almost four times. He died in X Men the
Yeah, he died in X Men: The Last
animation.
Stand. He died in The
Well, I
Last
thought
Stand.
the
He died
animation too.
in animation.
Yeah, he died. They took his body off the. They kind of well,
Well, I mean, they retconned that in X Men '97, and he came back.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But he was dead. It took 15 years to
Either
bring
way,
him back. What do Marvels land on your list, Spider?
on my list, the Marvels lands at number 4, in
What?
middle of
I
the
thought that
road.
was gonna be damn near the bottom.
No, no, it wasn't. Like I say, it wasn't that bad of a movie. There were a lot of bright spots to it. It did make me laugh. I did enjoy it. I gotta say, for me, honestly, Iman Vellani was the saving grace of that movie. It was. It had she not been
You're
in it,
not wrong.
and they had another character playing Miss Marvel, then I
You're
don't know
not
if it would have
wrong.
been as good. But I think that
You're
she
not
added a
wrong.
lot of heart. She added a lot of um innocence to her character, and I think that her being the way that she was elevated the performance, and it gave something more for Carol and Monica to like react to. I
And this
still
is a
think
movie
that
with
Brie Larson's portrayal of Carol was still very stiff, very wooden.
damn.
I know because we got the whole thing about them arguing and everything, and they crash land on the planet, and they get off and they have their like argument or whatever about why Carol hadn't contacted Monica and all that other kind of stuff. And she was like, "Oh, because I did such a bad thing, and I couldn't face you knowing that I had did that thing, right?" And so they have this
And then Monica's
argument.
like, girl, I don't even think about you. Bitch, I'll be caring what you be doing.
But they had this, I won't even call it an argument. They had this confrontation, which is supposed to be this heartfelt thing. But I think, however it was structured, it was so condensed that it was like, Oh, we're yelling. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm giving you this heartfelt apology. Oh, I forgive you. Let's get back on the ship and go wherever we got to go. It was like just so quick that they got through the story and they didn't let that scene breathe. And I just felt like that was a huge disservice to letting the relationship between these characters actually blossom.
I'll
But
be honest
yeah,
with you.
it's number 4 for me.
It ain't no secret this movie was a fun movie, but it was over edited. It was chopped to bits. It
Mm-hmm.
was chopped to ribbits. It was chopped to frog noises. It was chopped to an old beer commercial. It was chopped like cheese, wagyu style, chopped up. For me, let me check my list. That bad boy landed number 5.
Number
The
5 for
Marvels.
the Marvels.
Yeah, man, they had nothing going on. You just said Alana Maslany stands out with a movie with Samuel L. Jackson in it. Goddamn, you think? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson parts was reduced.
And that's the
Plus,
thing.
we
It's
coming
like
off of that weird secret invasion nonsense where we got no
that never got
references to.
referenced at all.
We're not even gonna talk. Where's your wife at, Sam? Huh?
it,
Where's your
and
wife
it's
at, Nick?
almost like and I kind of wish that they would have done this. Like the TV shows are in one universe and then the movies are in a separate universe. Because there's very few iterations where, like we talked about before, that TV
You think the
overlaps into the
general
movie.
audience can handle two separate universes in the
I
same
feel like if
franchise?
you left them unrelated, that would save the people who don't subscribe to Disney Plus and they don't watch the TV shows. That would save them the struggle of not knowing what's going on if you
But they want
introduce.
to watch it. They want you to watch the
I
TV
do.
shows.
I understand that. I know why they did it. I'm just saying that for storytelling purposes, if you're not going to make everything interconnected, then
Don't
let
make
it be
any of
separate.
it.
Because I mean, Agents of Shield
Spider said, if
is
you
not
ain't gonna do
canon.
it right,
If you ain't gonna do it right, don't do it at all. But Agents of
Agents of
Shield, it
Shield is
doesn't.
not canon.
No, Agents of Shield is not canon. Even though this takes place, the show starts off after the Avengers. It brings Coulson back from the death, back from the dead.
And
But yeah, it's not
one of
canon
those
to
phrases is right.
the
But Nick Fury shows up there.
yeah, he does. Those events are not canon to the sacred timeline of the 616 MCU.
Doesn't Maria Hill show up there too?
Yeah, they had a lot. Sif was in a few episodes. They had a
Okay,
few
man.
cameos from MCU film actors in the Agents of Shield, but they said Agents of Shield is not canon to the MCU storyline. Same with the Immortals, not the Immortals. Is it the Immortals? Inhumans.
Eternals.
That's in
Oh,
Inhumans. That's what it is. The
yeah.
Inhumans. The Inhumans is not
I don't
canon
blame him
either.
for that. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't. I don't blame him for that. Don't get that in human. Don't put that in human on me. Barely acknowledge a black boy ass. They should we killed him quick. Don't even speak.
Whoop mouth.
Don't speak. I know just what you're thinking.
He ain't thinking nothing now. He done blew a hole in his brain.
Exactly. That's what happened when you have a whisper above a goddamn thought.
Oh, but next movie we're going to talk about releasing July 26, 2024. We had a bit of a drought for MCU movies between November of 23 and July of 24. That's
God damn.
6 months, 7 months actually. Over a
Too
half a
long.
year.
It's too long.
And this was the only MCU film of
Gotta have a
2024.
goddamn pandemic for us to eat good. Because the quality was bad, but we was eating.
But the only MCU film of 2024 was Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman's, directed by Sean Levy, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Probably the one of, if not the most awaited and most anticipated film to date
Mm,
for the
mm,
MCU.
mm, mm.
But as Wikipedia
Synopsis
puts it,
says.
Wade
Yeah, here
Wilson
we
lives a
go.
quiet life, having left his time as the mercenary Deadpool behind him until the Time
Mm,
Variance Authority, or the TVA,
mm,
pulls him into a new mission. With his home universe, 8 Earth 10005 facing an existential threat.
Is that the Sony universe?
No, that was the Fox universe.
It's a Fox. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Fox. Yeah, yeah.
Wilson reluctantly joins the forces with an even more reluctant Wolverine on a mission that will change the history of the MCU. Marvel Jesus has entered the universe. No, I don't think that's the Fox universe. I think that's the because I think Fox had a 8 in their universe number.
Definitely a different number.
No, it is a Fox universe. Wikipedia
Yeah,
says
yeah,
Earth
yeah.
10005 is introducing Deadpool Wolverine as Deadpool's home reality and the setting of 20th Century Fox's X-Men film series as the universe begins to disintegrate. Oh, right, because at the end of Logan, the universe was going to be it was gonna
We're
go away,
destroyed.
but it was like
He
from the
reset.
end of time, and it was working its way back. So that's what it was.
Okay. Time travel.
Well, not time travel, trying to save the timeline,
Traveling.
traveling through different realities,
Timelines.
multiverses.
Universes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's no secret that this wasn't going to not be a success. It's Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, and he talked to his bestie Hugh Jackman to come back and do another Wolverine after the man said he retired. It was $1 billion written from the
Until
day.
you're
All they had to do,
90.
all you had to do was not fuck it up, you know.
Really?
But it
Really?
did. Yeah, I'm just saying. So you want Deadpool? Here's the thing: we're in the multiverse saga. We'll give you all the goddamn Deadpools. And this is so interesting because they say Kevin Feige was enamored with all the scripts that Ryan Reynolds was submitting. And it's like, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? And like, no, 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 no. And it's so interesting. The one that they agreed on is the one that we saw, which is so humorously funny that it made over $1 billion. Right? Didn't it make 1 billion?
I think so. I can
I
check.
believe it was like 1 billion.2 or something like that. So he was Marvel's Jesus in the box office. And Deadpool, everybody was wondering how you're gonna get Deadpool in the MCU anyway. He literally had a time slider from cable that somehow was wired to jump to universes
Well,
now.
no, because he got
And
the
he
the temp pad from the TVA.
no, he was in the 616 when he was talking to Happy. And that was before the timekeepers came and got him.
Yeah,
He
I
tried out for the Avengers and they told him no. So he went home to
so
his own
did that.
universe.
That shouldn't. I didn't think that should have allowed him to cross
Yeah.
timelines.
Uh-huh. It's not a perfect movie. No.
No, not a perfect movie. But yes, it did make over $1 billion
But it
worldwide, one
did
point
it
three
did
billion.
it did it did matter. It did matter, Spider. Deadpool needs to matter.
Does he matter?
Well, with Logan, he
I feel like in
matters.
in the grand scheme of things, he will have been relevant, but I think at the end of the day, I don't know if he matters in the sense that people are looking for the next Deadpool thing like right now.
I
If that makes
think
sense.
if you could convince Ryan Reynolds to put that tight ass suit on again,
I'm sure he will. I am more than certain that he's going to be in
yeah,
Doomsday.
not now. Well, yeah, because he said he doesn't want to do another solo movie for a while, and rightfully so. He's did a lot. Let the man breathe a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy his children and see his wife and live a life. But then maybe he'll come back and give you another 3 movies. Because Deadpool has a bunch of adventures, and then
Yeah,
Ryan
and there's
Reynolds seems like
really
he's
there's
far
no
away from being
limitation on where
done.
he can go. He can pop up anywhere.
And that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to bring him into the MCU.
And I think
Where's
the good thing about this movie, was that it was
Everything.
they knew what it was, right? They knew that we have the ability to take all of these characters. We have the ability to reference anybody that we want in the MCU. We have the ability to reference anybody that we want from the Fox universe. So why leave anything on the table, right? Just you call up Jennifer Garner. Hey, you want to come back as Elektra for a movie that almost everybody hated?
Sure.
But people saw
Why
her come
not?
back as Elektra. They were hyped about it. Damn, the movie that she was in, she's now part of the MCU. Bring
She's
back
now part
Blade.
of the
Blade's
MCU.
now part of the MCU. You have
He is
all of
now
these
part of the
these
MCU.
characters from X-Men show up. You have Chris Evans back as Human Torch. Like,
Nah, it's
and
already
we talk about
connected.
how much trailers spoil things. I love the fact that in the movie called Deadpool and Wolverine, the only thing that we saw was Deadpool and Wolverine. So anytime that somebody else stepped from behind a shelf or stepped into a scene and we got that reveal that there's another cameo in this movie, we that's the excitement that I miss from being able to go to the movies and not know
Got
what
you.
you're going to expect.
You
And
wasn't expecting to see X-23, right?
no, wasn't expecting to see X-23, wasn't expecting to see
I don't know how they kept Wesley Snipes a secret.
I don't know how they kept him a secret. I don't know how they kept Chris Evans a secret. I don't know how they kept Channing Tatum a secret. And it's like how do how do you not love and appreciate that? If you are a fan of any of
Oh
these
God.
movies, if you enjoyed any
Oh
of these
yes.
movies, like
Oh
even though
yes.
we know that they're horrible now, we can't deny that when it
Uh,
came out, we for the
time
most
out.
part we actually
Time
liked
out.
them. What?
Time out. There's no way in the world Blade was horrible.
I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about like
Oh, okay.
X-Men 3 and Fan Four
Ben
Stick and
Affleck's Ben
all of the
Affleck's
old
Daredevil.
Fantastic Four movies. I'm talking about there were bad superhero movies, but
I
the bad
understand.
superhero movies taught us how to make good superhero movies. And the
Yes.
fact that
Yes,
even
Spider. Yes.
but even though they don't always do it, but even at the end of
No.
Deadpool and
No,
Wolverine, they had
Spider.
like
No.
all of the behind the scene clips from all of the other Fox movies and everything, and just
Yes.
paying homage. Like, yes, all of these movies are now revered to be like either like really like so bad that they're hilarious movies or so bad that they're good or just plain bad movies, or like you said in the sense of Blade and X-Men 2000 movies, like those are movies that are revered of being like good superhero movies, especially
Yes.
for their time.
Spider Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 still touted as one of the best superhero movies to ever be
Yeah,
created,
that
and then they
that
fucked it
that
up with
train fight
Spider-Man
scene.
3. But
Yeah.
all of those
I
movies,
kind of like it does fall in with what you said though. It's like iconically bad.
yeah, but you have all of that, and it's like we can't say that we made Deadpool and Wolverine without acknowledging all of these things that came before us, because if all of that didn't happen the way that it happened, Deadpool and Wolverine wouldn't have mattered as much as it did. It wouldn't have had that effect that it had because of all of those movies. And so I think that because of the story that they told in the movie, because of the even the emotion that we got from, Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine. We already saw him deliver an emotional performance in Logan, but to see him
Mm.
as this other Wolverine, this resentful Wolverine, this
The
Wolverine
worst
who felt like
Wolverine.
he let down his family, and he's on
The
a
worst.
self-sabotaging, journey to try to he can't necessarily kill himself, but he doesn't want to be a hero anymore. He doesn't know
Mm.
what he wants to do with his life, and he is so down. And then Deadpool, in his own
He
assholish
comes
way,
from
brings him back. And the again, chemistry between actors cannot go overstated. Uh, it's like any other actors playing these parts, you wouldn't
can't even
have
imagine
the
it.
camaraderie that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman has, and the relationship they have, the timing that they have, the way that they can play off of each other. But the fact that the story that they told and the action was great, CG was spotty in some places, but overall, it was a really good movie. It was a really successful movie. And for that, on my list,
It's number five.
is Deadpool and Wolverine is number two.
Oh man. Listen, for all those reasons that you said and then some, it's my number one. I'm not even gonna sit there and play with people like that. It was number one. It was number one for Mr. VIP Frankie Washington. It's Ryan Reynolds. It's Hugh Jackman. It's Wesley Snipes. It's Jennifer Garner. It's the whole cast. It's Chris Evans. It's Shannon Tatum. It's the whole cast. It's Cassandra Nova. It's Toad. It's the whole. It's a different story. It's set
It's
on a
Toad.
different place. It was a giant Ant Man that was there that was like, what happened
That
to Ant
died.
Man? That died.
And that's
It's
what I
just
was
the
talking
fact
about when
that
we were
we
talking
actually.
about Quantum Mania. Like their Ant-Man has died. So
It's the fact that she killed who she killed and wore skin on his face or face to Doctor Strange. She's like, I killed him and walked around with his skin on my face for like 3 days.
yeah, that was a weird line. I don't know why we needed to have that in there, but I mean it's there.
So let you know she's menacing. She's dangerous. She out there.
She is
She
out
got
there.
a purple cloud monster. Look, she could have left at any given point in time.
Yeah.
She chose to stay there.
It's like
That's
y'all leave me
scary.
alone. I'm minding my business. I won't come. Y'all don't come bother me. I won't go bother y'all.
And as soon as she came out, she was about to unravel the goddamn timeline with the time ripper because she done read the man thoughts. Ugh,
Day one,
dangerous.
day one. Step
That
outside the
right
void and immediately
about to
about to
destroy
destroy a
that.
timeline.
That's God level. That's how powerful Cassandra Nova is. If in case you was wondering, and they had to have the power of friendship.
Essentially, the friendship and abs. That's what it was. Friendship and
The
abs.
friendship and Ryan Reynolds has abs. Why he didn't show his abs off? That's
Because that would have been
called
too
being
much.
humble.
No,
That's being humble,
that's
ladies and
called
gentlemen.
saving the makeup budget because then they had to put all the prosthetics on him because of
Don't do Hugh Jackman
his
like that.
condition.
Oh, you talking about?
I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ryan
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Reynolds.
talking about Ryan Reynolds?
That's
Yeah.
why he's not shirtless.
They could have just, you know what I'm saying?
It
Had
was
it rip
it,
off
it was going to either
like
have to be.
Century. Century had like a hospital gown. He
Yeah,
just
but
cut
even
off the
still,
ab part.
it's either going to have to be practical makeup or it was going to have to be CGI. Either way, it's going to cost money.
You're right. Good job, Ryan Reynolds. Now you got more money to promote Boost Mint Mobile.
There you go. I mean, he's already what he sold his shares in
This
Aviation Gin,
dude
right?
is not. This dude is not worried about it at
No,
all.
not at all.
He got it. A
Not
beautiful
at all.
family, award-winning career. It was questionable in the beginning. I guess he would say. I was always a fan since Van Wilder, and I ain't got to turn and look in the camera and say the proposal like he did. But I enjoyed that one too. Waiting. A
Waiting is
lot
a
of Ryan Reynolds films.
Waiting is a good one, but for all the wrong reasons. Waiting is a vile movie. Waiting is
I
a
think
disgustingly vile movie, but it
I
is
think that was the
so good.
idea. That
No,
was the
I
idea.
understand. I'm just saying that I do. I don't think Waiting is one of those movies that you would not be able to make today.
No. That's why you gotta make them. Sometimes you gotta push the envelope and make it. Look, hey, recently, the creators of South Park made a whole video about Trump when he was doing the same character as Saddam Bin Laden, Saddam Hussein. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't care. Then they just signed a huge contract with
With
what was
Paramount
some
Plus, yeah.
HBO. There you go. Yeah, just like, hey, remember us, the guys that offend everybody? We just got a new deal. And guess who we offended? President of the United States. Ha ha ha! So sometimes you gotta buck the systems, right? Sometimes you gotta push the envelope. Rick and Morty wouldn't exist if they didn't try to push the envelope from getting sued from that Bill Cosby thing.
Yeah.
Now look what happened. You know, Bill Cosby got sued, and I enjoy Rick and Morty.
Moving on.
Mhm.
Before we go down that rabbit hole. Next is released this year, February 14th, 2025. We are ranking Captain America Brave New World.
Oh, Spider, that's easy. You might as well go ahead and throw me down for that one. Put it in my Ironheart spot.
I don't remember what your Ironheart spot was.
Oh, oh, well, that's actually would have been wrong anyway. The question they want to know is Captain America Brave New World from Mr. VIP number 2 or number 6?
Mm-hmm.
Do he understand what's going on? How relevant and important the new captain of the MCU is? Or will he judge it harshly, critique it hard on the fact that we had a lot of edits and just reshoots and things that didn't make no sense? Like, there's the villain. Let's monologue. You're wanted by every agency, government entity on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's monologue real fast and let me talk you down. What are you doing here? I'm here because my plan has to come to pass. You need to turn yourself in. I am turning myself in. What are we doing? Oh, one of the realest moments. Anthony Mack and Sam Wilson. So, Spider the boy say Bucky full of shit. I should have took that serum. Bitch, you got the serum in your system. You, I'm over here. My muscles barely holding on
That
to my skeletal system
that's
because
like
I'm over here fighting this damn thing.
that's like a billionaire telling you you don't need money. Nah, you don't need money. Mm-mm.
Ah, you know I was more humble without it. I guess so. You ain't humble now. You rude as fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, Spider, put it put. You know what? This gonna sound crazy, but stick with me on this one.
Okay.
You have the new appointed Captain America
Yes.
coming from Falcon and the Winter Soldiers, coming from basically uh Captain America, Civil War, and the Winter Soldier, right?
Right.
OG Avenger, like second round. Not a part of the OG team, but close because he was there. Second round.
Yeah,
Now
because
is the new appointed Cap. Go ahead. What you say?
I'm trying to remember where he was in Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was before, because it was after Winter Soldier, wasn't it?
He was in the Watchtower when Ultron attacked, or he was not in the Watchtower. If it was after Civil War, he was in the Watchtower.
I feel like he was in the tower, but he might have left because I remember it was just the original six when they were doing that whole lift Mjolnir thing.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't mind going back and watching, but boom. Not you looking for this, but you know, you got an OG, a second round Avenger. He was in Ant Man.
Yeah, Winter
He
Soldier came
fought
out
Ant Man.
before Age of Ultron.
So there you go. He was around somewhere.
Yeah, he was
But
somewhere.
the bottom line, what I'm saying is, he is not a new captain. They made it a point to let you know that he's a new captain. Everybody respect he's a new captain. So therefore, if you don't respect he's a new captain, the problem is with you. Everybody call him Cap. Show him respect. What up, Cap? It ain't no enduring thing like you say. What up, champ? When they're not the champ, it's like no. They acknowledge he's Captain America. So, with that being said, why do we have a sequel to the Hulk movie in the Captain America movie?
It's
Like
a great
none of
question.
this stuff really had anything to do with Sam or Captain America at all. But Marvel, I understand what you want to do. You want to introduce as many characters as you can because you like your kid. You want to put all your toys out on the floor so you can have them to play with when you want to play with them. It's no secret. They've been releasing character after character after character for a long time. I think even in one of our shows, we were like, Spider, I don't care. I don't care nothing about this characters. And like you said, that could have added to the superhero fatigue because the characters that you did want to care about, it is literally 4 or 5 years before you got a follow up on that character. How could you not care anymore? You done
Right.
moved on with your life. It's like between Guardians 2 and Guardians 3, it's a huge time gap.
Right.
So much so we had to get Guardians Christmas special to try to get you warmed up to the ideas of a Guardians show again. So I don't understand why we were dealing with a 15-year-old sequel about a Hulk story that this one don't even have the Hulk in.
This is very true. Yeah.
This should be a Hulk situation. Not to say that you can't have Captain America fight uh, with the Hulk or against a Hulk, but it's hard to believe this mortal man, even though he's in Wakandan tech. Okay, I can believe it because T'Challa was in Wakandan tech, but he got hit with Thanos. And we seen Thanos beat the shit out the other Hulk, who's stronger than the Red Hulk, because you can't cut his skin like that.
Yeah.
Um, so this Hulk, either your Hulk a bitch or your hero a bitch. Like which one? Or your hero is a super soldier. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too, Marvel. You gotta pick one. Either somebody slipped and hit Sam with an injection while he was asleep, and he don't know, or Wakanda make the best metal devices ever. Look, I understand they can absorb energy and hold energy and redisperse energy. But at the same time, there's a physical practicality that works too. The sun panel can capture sunlight and turn that sun rays into energy. But if I take a hammer and go start smashing them panels, it ain't gonna absorb nothing. Anyway,
They
with
explain it
that being
away
said,
that it's vibranium. So vibranium does what
uh,
vibranium does.
I'm here for the superhero movie,
Mm-hmm.
not for the foolery. Okay, not for the foolery. I'm here for the movie, not the foolery. But I told y'all just go shock y'all, because guess what? All that being said, I put Captain America at number two. I said what I said.
You
Number two. It's up there. It's up there.
definitely said it's
It's
something.
number two. Hey, Anthony Mackie came through with his performance. Harrison Ford did the best he could with what he got. We had all kind of rewrites and reshoots and rescripts. Seth Rollins was supposed to be in the movie.
Yeah.
If he was in the movie, he probably wouldn't have hurt himself in the WWE because he probably would have been doing press or something. Had a
No.
different mindset when
I,
he got hurt.
how long ago did he get hurt?
No, I'm saying he would have had a different mindset before he got hurt.
Oh,
You never
gotcha.
know. He might have been emotionally distraught about that. That's big break. Anyway, he gonna come back. Y'all can't stop Seth Rollins. Anyway, the bottom line is that I'm not mad about it because like we got Carlos Esposito in there. He came in there and did his thing. As a
Yeah.
fan, I know Seth Rollins gonna bounce back, but I am a fan of Carlos Esposito. He killed it in everything he does.
Giancarlo.
That's what I didn't say. Oh my God, they turned the lights off because I said
See,
a man's
every
name
time
wrong.
you start talking shit, they cut your
I can't
lights.
talk shit out here in these streets, Spider. Goddamn, Captain
Disney is
America number
watching.
two.
Disney is
You know
watching. You
what?
know that.
I told you they watch the show. I tell you that all the time.
They watching a
See,
little
it's
too
gonna be
close. If they're
if
watching
they
while we're
if
recording, that's a little bit too
listen,
much.
listen. If the lights go out and you just see infrareds, just know the mouse got me. The House of Mouse got me. Well,
Oh man.
Captain. Oh, you didn't even do the synopsis, right? Yeah,
Honestly,
Captain.
I don't know if this is a testament to how not like this movie was. There's a one sentence synopsis
Damn.
for Captain America
Damn, that's
Brave New World on the
disrespectful.
Phase
That's
5 page.
disrespectful.
It just
You're
says
doing
Sam
that to
Wilson
be
finds
Sam.
himself at the center of an international incident and must work to stop the true brains behind it. That's it.
Oh, true brains, because the play on the leader
Yeah.
with the mutant brain. Ha 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 ha. You know what?
Here's my thing, and because while you were talking about it, saying that this was a sequel to the Hulk, but it didn't have the Hulk
Yeah,
in it, and somebody
yeah.
else may have had this thought and this idea
What's up?
before, and so I won't say that I came up with it originally, but it was just something that I
Well,
hadn't thought about it before, and it popped into my head.
what,
You
what you got?
take you take the adamantium part out of the movie.
They got
You
anime now.
take
Okay.
Sam Wilson out. You
You
take
take
Falcon out.
some.
You take Isaiah Bradley out.
What the hell is happening?
You replace them with Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner.
Oh, Okay.
and put him in a situation to where he's now tasked to find out who, I don't know why he would be, but he's now tasked to find out who is trying to assassinate the president. He goes
Oh,
into the investigation into all of this. And at the end of the day, it's the Hulk versus the Red Hulk, and they're fighting.
oh.
I feel like you said, this is a sequel to the Hulk movie without the Hulk in it. You take away all the protagonists and substitute them with the Hulk. You have a Hulk movie that is a
You have a
faithful
billion
sequel
dollar movie.
to the Incredible Hulk back in 2008.
Well, I don't think they could make another Hulk movie standalone. They got to tell the Hulk stories in other people's movies. So I think they get the idea that they want to progress the Hulk and give him somebody to fight. I think he'll be fighting the Red Hulk in Secret Wars. Um,
Yeah, because I
so
think
I
that
cause yeah,
it's all still caught up in contract and ownerships with Universal and stuff like that. I think that's why they can't make a Hulk standalone movie. Which I don't know why Universal hasn't done the thing that Sony has done and say, hey, you can make a Hulk movie, but it'll just be in association with Universal. We get a cut of it and all this other kind of stuff. But I don't know.
it is weird that they wouldn't do that, right? Because clearly they could and be fine. It's not like Universal
Yeah, I mean,
needs the money.
I'm guessing that Universal isn't in a situation where they need to do that. Like maybe Sony might have been, and I'll say
I
at the
guess so.
time because Sony, I feel like, has started creating better quality movies. Not necessarily when it comes to superhero movies, but Sony in general.
Which
Um,
movie you referring to?
dude, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I couldn't off the top of my head, I could not name you a Sony produced movie that wasn't a superhero movie. I'm sure there are some out there that have been successful. But regardless, no, just like you were
See,
saying, the
you froze up just now, so you might want to be careful talking about Sony.
oh look, I'm fuck Sony. I ain't scared of
All
Sony.
right. Oh, whoa, hey, you better not want to say that to the people that make headphones.
Listen, these are not Sony headphones, so I don't have anything to worry about.
Okay.
But no, everything that you said, there were so many things that happened in this movie that were just like, why are we doing this? Why is this happening? What sense did that make? And as to your point, a lot of it is because the movie got chopped up and re-edited. Because if y'all don't remember, this used to be called Captain America and the
Brave
Serpent
New
Society,
World.
and then it was Captain America. What was the other one before Brave
New
New World?
World Order.
Yeah, Captain
New
America: New
World
World
Order.
Order. So there have been multiple rewrites, multiple reshoots, like you said, cast changes, and all this other kind of stuff. On top of the fact that this is essentially a Hulk sequel and not a sequel. This isn't really even a sequel to Captain America and the Winter Soldier. It has the same characters in it from Captain America and Winter Soldier, but there's nothing that's really connecting the show to the movie other than Sam Wilson being Captain America. And technically,
Mm.
Sam Wilson was Captain America at the end of Endgame. So
Facts.
you're really not, for Sam Wilson's first foray out on the big screen as Captain America, because
You
he
think he'll
really
have his own villain?
only had to do a little bit at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier when he donned the suit and actually went out as Captain America. You didn't give him, like you say, you didn't give him his own villain. He's basically dealing with remnants of Bruce's past that don't have a beef
Yes.
with Bruce anymore or
And the
anything like
shitty
that.
part about
And
it
yeah,
is,
it's not
he
even
could
his
call
fight.
Bruce.
He didn't call Bruce.
He didn't call Bruce. Bruce is on the island. The fuck you, Bruce? Because I know you saw the fucking president turn to a fucking Hulk and
And
you
didn't do
didn't
nothing about
come.
it. Didn't do nothing
You
about it.
could have hulked out and came and ran
He's
and
smart.
jumped over
He's
there.
smart Hulk now. He could be Hulk anytime he want to be.
Man, that's your friend, son.
Can't
This
even trust him. Can't even trust him.
fucking time travel.
But let's see. This is an absolute win. This is not a win, Bruce. It's a
This is why
baby.
your ass
It's
not
Scott
in.
as a baby.
This
He'll
this why
grow.
Natasha left us. Uh-huh. This why Natasha moved on. She
This is why
didn't
she
wait.
sacrificed herself. She's like, I need to get the fuck
Yeah,
away
she's
from
like,
them.
I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that.
That's
You
bad.
giving me.
I would rather throw myself off a tower in Vormir than to go
Did a
back
date?
and deal with this boys club bullshit. That's what it was. She was tired of being the only woman in the
Damn.
Avengers. They had Wanda,
Damn.
but they ran Wanda off.
Thor leaving his hammer on the toilet and shit. You know, nobody can
This is not
pick
what I
it
meant by
up.
put the seat down, Thor.
You want me to put the seat down? Are we done?
Oh man.
Are we
But
done here?
regardless, after all of that, man, Captain America Brave New World for me, that's number 5.
See that? I thought you was gonna come like I did, like switch it up at the end, like that crossover that AI did on the right
No,
side. No, you're
it
gonna
was
do it on
so
one side.
upsetting because I know that that movie could have been so much better than what we got.
What are you talking about? It was good.
It
It was
was
so
not.
good.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
man. Anthony Mackie stood out as a man to defy all odds. There's no way he should be alive. I love
It
to see where that story
theoretically
goes.
there is no way he should be alive. I understand, like you said, he has the vibranium suit, and so
I
that protects him a lot
Nah.
of
The
from a lot of
heart
the
shaped
damage.
herb protects T'Challa. You ain't
That's
got no heart shaped herb,
dope.
which is you ain't got no
He's
vibranium
nothing.
juice.
There's nothing that's enhancing him. But
That's why I need to see like a behind the scenes and you see like Zemo of all people that don't like super soldiers, right?
he wouldn't be
Zemo.
the one to do it.
No, he got to be the one to do it, like because nobody else have access. So they was on the plane and like Sam sleep and he'll
Mm-hmm.
do something silly like drop it in this water. So it's like I ain't trying to die, because in the heat of battle, I need the people on my side to help me. So
Right. I don't need just
and
to
if
do it. I need somebody strong. Bucky might
right,
turn on me at any second, but I
Bucky
know
might turn if
Sam
he
might be the voice of reason and
he'll talk Bucky
he
down.
won't snap my neck.
We'll put these drops in there. You ain't gonna make you too strong, but you're gonna be strong enough to survive. I need something like that, Spider. That's the only way it's gonna make sense. That
I need a better resolution than
then Sam talking him
than
down.
Sam talking the Hulk down. Because that's not a resolution.
Sounds getting real
That's
low.
that's exactly what that
Yeah,
is.
it sets you up way in
That is
Ultron. That works.
that is a plot device to be twisted in a third act of a movie, right? That
Sounds
was,
getting real low.
you know,
Why it didn't
Natasha
work for Thor?
trying to what?
Why it didn't work for Thor?
Because Bruce don't have googly eyes for Thor.
Okay.
You know they played up that whole romantic supposed will they won't they relationship in Age of
Uh-huh.
Ultron that didn't make no damn
They,
sense.
they won't.
They won't. They can't now.
Well, I think it did what exactly it was supposed to do. Like even Tiger Waititi took it and it's like, yeah, I could use that and to play the video, and then it was enough
I
to
mean,
snap Bruce
yeah,
back.
enough to talk him down. Yeah, I mean, but I feel like they would have found another way had they not done that in Age of Ultron. I'm sure they would have been able to figure out some other kind of way to
Make the Hulk calm
de-hulk
down.
him.
Yeah, you got to spray him with some toxic shit like Tony did. Go to sleep. 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 Go to sleep.
I still didn't do it.
Eventually,
It wasn't until he realized the destruction and the devastation that he caused that kind of snapped him out of it.
yeah, well, that slowed him down
But that
long
was
enough for the
also
sedative to kick
the
in.
Scarlet Witch fucked it with his brain. He had to give him what did they call it in the Avengers? Percussive maintenance or something like that, where she took
Oh,
Hawkeye and
wow.
banged his head against the railing.
Yeah,
It's
what
something
is
that
it
you
called?
hit it
Hitting
hard
really
enough
hard to the
to
head.
reset it.
Well, getting goddamn power drive in the face is
But it's
goddamn.
also the Hulk. Cause
Oh yeah,
he did
he
all
ain't feel
that.
good.
Hulk looked up at him, spit a tooth out, and Tony went, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry. Yeah. Dude, Hulk with the ripping that man's suit all the way
Yeah.
off. Oh my god damn. That's when the MCU was good. Spider,
People will
there's
say that
only
Age of
one
Ultron
left
wasn't
on the
good.
list.
There is only one left on the list. That is the most recent, well, not the most recent, but the last movie of Phase 5 that came out just a short couple months ago, May 2nd, 2025. That is Thunderbolts, asterisk, the new Avengers.
Yeah, you can go ahead and hold that new Avengers title. You can go ahead and hold that.
Avengers, what it said.
We're talking about the story of friendship. This is a story of friendship. Read the synopsis.
So, the Thunderbolts, a group of anti heroes, are caught in a deadly trap and forced into a dangerous mission that could redeem them if they unite as a team.
Care Bear stare. It's all about hugs and love. You got a mentally unstable experiment that can go crash out at any time just by using his abilities. The Homelander clone Superman original wish he was of what's his name in the show?
Sentry?
Bob, yeah, Sentry. The
Bob, yeah.
Sentry. With the power of 1,000. It's actually 1,000,000 in the comic books. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why they downplayed it.
Because they wouldn't be able to, they would make no
We
sense
are
for them to even be able to attempt to fight him.
You're not wrong,
I
but
mean,
shit, the way
technically,
they
even the
fought him
Thousand
this
Sons is
time,
still, it makes no sense for them to attempt to fight him, but still.
I think y'all need to understand the lore that they're trying to do in the comic book world because it's always a power of struggle and a power vacuum. Thor in the MCU, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, go Odin's son, if y'all didn't know, it's Odin's son, got hit with the power of a star, concentrated, and used that to infuse his new weapon, Stormbreaker, which can summon the Bifrost. This is God level stuff. And he out here just laying with mortals, giving them cancer.
I don't think
Damn.
he's been laying with any mortal since then.
Gave Jane cancer.
Jane had cancer before that.
Did she? I don't think she had cancer before she met Thor.
She had cancer before. I mean, she might have.
Mm, think that ether had a lot to do with that. Bottom line is, it's hard to rank the characters' power level. And like you said, if they too strong, you can't do nothing with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem with Captain Marvel. She's too strong, so you don't know what to do with her. But don't worry, Rogue coming, the X-Men coming. They know exactly what to do with her, and I hate to see it. Call me, Kara. I'm trying to tell you now. You've been in danger for years. I already saw it. I'm like a cognic. What's the one from the Minority Report, Spider? The little
The
cogs in the water.
precogs.
Yeah, one of those. Look how bald I am. I'm a precog. You're a precog too. We got three of us. I can't tell y'all what the other one is because it's jeopardizing our safety. We gotta be apart. We out here predicting the MCU future. And it ain't no secret that Miss Marvel is Captain Marvel is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
The X Men, it's coming. And I don't know who the new Jean is, but I can guarantee you she gonna burn up, and it won't take long for her to do it. They gonna have to do the Phoenix story because they have to do it right. Ugh. We'll see if they get it right.
But with all that being said, you didn't like the Thunderbolts that much to where that's your number 6.
In the last show where we rank, I said I wanted to change a ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that on this one. The Thunderbolts number 6. That's what it is. Listen, I'm a fan of Yelena Belova. I am a fan of Florence Pugh. I'm a fan of David Harbour. I'm a fan of the Red Guardian. Also like Sebastian Stan. I'm a fan of the White Wolf, the Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Also a fan of uh who am I missing in this group?
Ghost.
I'm a fan of her, but they ain't give a shit to do.
No, I mean, there's really not much that she could do.
She literally walked out got the truck, and walked out on a different scene, and was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm here." And she pushed somebody out the way. That's really all she did.
Yeah,
As somebody that's a Black Ops Shield operative, I'm gonna need a lot more, and she might need her own show. Give her a time machine, let her go back and save Maria Hill, and then they can have adventures together. I'm just saying, there's so much that she didn't do. Red Guardian really didn't do much. You know, it's just the insult on the cake for me was when you try to call them the new Avengers. That's just that's just a slap on. That wasn't the only thing. That's just for me. That was a cherry on top. It was like, they not.
yeah,
They not. Why you call them the Dark Avengers?
because they weren't
Or
dark.
maybe they, well, they might be building up to that. You know, Marvel don't do that. They don't just bring it to you. They like to anticipate you build up. Everybody waiting for the Hulk to go savage because he's been smart Hulk for too long.
Has he though? He was a smart Hulk for half a movie.
You're not counting She Hulk.
I am not counting She-Hulk. He was smart Hulk for half a movie.
Yeah, but in She Hulk, he was smart Hulk too. And wherever he
When
is now,
She-Hulk makes her way into a movie, then I'll regard She-Hulk's story as a part of the
oh,
larger cinematic universe.
wow.
Because again, you're not
Damn.
connecting anything. Everything that happened in She-Hulk is not, none of it has any type of ramifications. We had a man go into fucking hell. This magician is doing shit with demons.
Yeah,
Madison
that
came out of
happened.
hell. Madison supposedly
Yeah,
met
she
Mephisto.
yeah, she was hanging out there.
And it's fun and it's nice to have as a part of a TV show, but you can't tell me that this is a part of the MCU proper, because especially with that whole last episode where they basically retconned everything about the damn show, how are you going to tell me that this is part of the MCU canon now?
So you need Madison
I
on the
I need
show
to see
too.
Scar. I need to see Scar
Oh,
show
oh.
up
I
somewhere
need to not
else
see
in the
Scar again.
MCU.
I need not to see Scar again with that haircut.
Because if they don't show up again, then nothing that happened in She-Hulk matters.
Oh wow! You know what?
She
You
wasn't
will
even
see. You
even
will
if
see Scar again,
even
and you will see
if
She Hulk.
we would have had like some nod, some acknowledgement in Daredevil that he had a lawyer that he knew in California named Jennifer. Something to that. I'm not saying that he
Hey,
has to go
hey,
into his
hey!
relationship or what they did or
Matt
anything like that.
Murdock don't kiss and
Just
tell. Oh, okay.
you a goddamn lie. But just some acknowledgement of her existence in the MCU. Because they have no problem
Can't
referencing
have it.
Spider-Man in Daredevil.
Can't have it. You can't have a crossover cinematic universe. You can't have
You're
all your
not
cards in the
crossing over
same place.
cinematic universes. This is supposed to be the same universe.
Touche.
It's the same universe. So there's no reason that she can't be mentioned, but she hasn't been mentioned. There's been no
Maybe they'll
reference of
have.
her.
Isn't that what Kevin Feige is supposed to be there for, to connect the dots and the
Yes,
lines? And I told y'all was being too soft on Kevin. Y'all just talking about, no, Kevin stretched thin. He's overseeing Star Wars and Marvel and
he doesn't need to
TikTok
be a
and
part of Star
Reddit.
Wars, and he's not doing Star Wars anymore. Dave Filoni's doing
Yeah,
Star
I
Wars.
don't.
He's
I
overseeing
don't
Star Wars
blame
now.
him.
Dave Filoni
I
and
don't.
John Favreau.
Yeah, that's what they messed up. They should let John Favreau just keep doing superhero stuff. And but I understand he's getting the
I don't think he
continuity.
wanted to do three.
I think he wanted to do three, but it was some interference.
Oh well, I don't know, but
Because you know how sometimes studios be like, you go do what we tell you to do.
in any right, for me, Thunderbolts is at number three
I don't know why.
because I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. I don't like the ending. I don't like, again, it's the
Mm,
same thing as with Captain America Brave New World, that I don't
mm.
like how the ending is just, oh, let's hug it out and everything
Yeah.
is going to be fine now. But
Feelings.
the journey that we took to get to that unfortunate conclusion to the movie. I liked the relationship and the conversations that were happening between Yelena and Bob, and how they Yelena and Ghost were constantly picking on John for all of his shit. And it's, to me, it played as a nice buddy comedy movie. You have
Mm,
these characters who originally were out to kill each other, and then they find themselves
yes.
united because they all got double crossed. They're on this road
Yes.
trip in the desert, and it's the little moments of the interaction between the cast that made it a lot of fun. Yelena absolutely carried the same way she absolutely
Killed it.
carried Black Widow. Um,
Killed it.
and her performances, like I said, with Bob, with Red Guardian, with John Walker, and the themes of all of these supposed rejects, has-beens, people that have been tossed aside, kicked aside, forgotten about, all the things that they're dealing with personally and internally. Like, yeah, we might see them as bad guys, we might see them as villains, we might see them as antagonists. John Walker is a murderer, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we get
But
reminded of that in this show too, in
yeah,
this movie.
but they do, I won't say they do a good job, but they did a serviceable job of making him somewhat redeemable.
Redeemable.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
they
The
the,
fact what they say about the murderer comedy is like splitting, kind of splitting the head. He was a terrorist.
yes,
He's like you murdered an innocent man. Let's define innocent. He was a terrorist.
right.
There's no denying that.
Yeah.
But
And so, and you can argue or debate, the rationality behind it and whether it was justified or not and everything. But I like the character portrayals in the Thunderbolts. The story of getting to Sentry, the quickness that Bob turned to Val just from a few nice words seemed
yeah,
a bit sudden, right? But
quick, right?
I do
Ain't no time for that
appreciate
development.
I do appreciate that they didn't make him just be like, okay, well, I'm 100% a villain now. He still was like, I don't want to fight them. Like, you just told me that I'm the strongest person that there is, stronger than the Avengers. So why do
And
I
how
have to
does he
listen to
know about the
you?
Avengers?
I do appreciate them allowing him to actually have that rationality and not be just some mindless weapon for Val to use and manipulate. So, I
Yeah,
mean, in that regard, I thought there were some good storytelling points in there. I thought that the cinematography I thought was really good, with the practical effects of them going into the, what do they call them, the shame rooms,
mm,
of Elena's going through a wall one way but she's crashing through the ceiling in another one, and the scene where
mm-hmm.
she was passed out drunk on the tub and she's choking herself, and the comedy was good, the action was good, so I thought it was a really good movie.
Why is it not higher on your list?
It's not higher on my list because it's not better than number one and number two.
That's
it,
usually how
it's
lists work.
that is how usually how lists work. I mean, because honestly, 5 and 6, it's like 5 and 6 are so far below the top four, because I just felt like I
Damn.
felt like 6 was a problem of bad storytelling. 5 was
Mm-hmm.
a problem of bad editing and reshoots. And I just think that, I don't know who were the test audiences for Captain America, but whatever test audiences they selected made them like chop this movie up to shit and change a whole bunch of stuff
I think the
to where
same
it
thing
just
happened
wasn't
in
a
four.
cohesive movie anymore.
Your four and your five. Your four and your five. My four and five.
But the
Not
flip.
necessarily my. No, no. I don't think it was bad editing Quantum Mania. I think it was bad
No, I never
storytelling
said it was
for my
bad editing
five.
in Quantumania. I'm just saying
No, no, I'm
Quantumania
talking
was a
about my
shit
four and
story.
five. Yeah, we said the same thing. Goddamn, 4, 5, and 6. Oh no, not your.
No, that's what you say. You said before we even got to it. You said, I doubt that our lists are gonna be twinsies on anything. But yeah, we didn't match up on anything in our list.
Not one. We didn't
Not
get
one.
one.
No, not one.
Damn. I guess
That
we
just
just
goes to
went
show
to the
you how
contrast.
people's tastes differ.
See that? See that? Y'all was thinking that we be practicing. It's like nah, they gonna say twinsies on the same stuff. He's like, it's super. It's super too. It's not super. It's not super too. You can see vast differences in this list here. Not a lot difference, but it is different.
Yeah.
I mean, your number one is my number three. Your number two is my number one, but your number three is my number six. Huge differences is all I'm saying.
Yeah. But let us know what you felt about the movies of Phase 5 for the MCU. Where do they rank on your list? Do
Yeah.
you enjoy any of
Leave your
them?
list.
Yeah, let us know your list. Leave it in the comments. Put 1 through 6 and let us know what you have them ranked. Or at least what your number one was. If anything, you don't want to give us the whole list because you're like, I like this, but I like this one too, and I can't figure out what I want to give us your number one. Let
Your
us know.
indecisive ass.
Well, let us know what your number one movie of Phase 5 was and see how many other people in the comments might share the same thought. Was it Guardians of the Galaxy
Right?
for you? Was it Deadpool or Wolverine for you? Was it the
Maybe your
Thunderbolts?
number one was Quantum Mania. Don't be ashamed to say it. Let it be
You
out.
could
Speak
be
your truth.
one of the handful of people that really like that movie.
You could be one of the finger full of you could be that one finger on that one hand on that one infant in that one place in the world. It's like, I love Quantum Mania. That's my number one movie.
But if you are that person, just leave us a comment. We would love to know. But remember, if
Thank you
you
for watching us.
thank you for watching. We appreciate it. But remember, if you like this video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you can be notified when we have new episodes that come out. If you want the audio version of the podcast, just search for All Things Super on your favorite podcast streaming platform. And if you want to reach out to us on social media, just click the link in the description below.
Hey, if you read it, leave a comment. We might read that thing online. Offline too. Potentially offline. More than likely offline. But if it's good, we might read it online.
We have to read it offline just to make sure that we're not reading something sight unseen on the air or while we're recording. So keep it clean. Be respectful.
Yeah, right. What Spider said. Keep it clean, keep it respectful, because everybody got hands, but you ain't got them like these. You ain't got these
I
hands. That's
mean,
all I'm saying.
not everybody has hands, but
Not everybody have hands, right?
but no, this is our list. This is phase 5. Phase 5 is done. We are officially into phase 6. We already got our first phase 6 movie with the Fantastic Four First Steps. We already got our first phase 6 show with Eyes of Wakanda. So we are already in the swing of things. And
Have you finished Eyes of Wakanda
I
yet?
have. I have. It's a quick watch. It's 4 episodes. They're all about 20 something minutes long. So it's a quick watch.
I watched the first episode, but I ain't gonna say how I feel about it until we
Yeah,
do
we're
the
gonna save it for the
review.
review.
Yeah. Y'all need to tune in for that. I got some interesting stuff to tell y'all about the first episode. If I remember. I might not remember. If I
But
do, y'all gonna like it
there
though.
you go. So tune in once we have our review for Eyes of Wakanda on Disney Plus. Again, hit that bell so you can be notified when those episodes come out so you don't have to be constantly checking to refresh that page to see if
They
there
for
is
the
a
show
new
out?
episode.
Did they for the show?
Did
Ding, ding. Whole thing super for the show out?
you know what? Sometimes you living your life, you get busy, you got work, you
Mm,
got kids, you got social
mm,
life and stuff and all of the other things,
mm.
and you might just forget. It's not that you
Right,
aren't looking for the show, you just forget because you got other
right.
things going on. But you get those
Uh,
notifications, it pops up and
mm.
say, "Hey, new episode is out." And you're
Now, I'm
like,
gonna be
"Okay."
honest with you. Sometimes your algorithm change on you.
It
Sometimes your
does.
algorithm will switch up, and you'll be like, I thought I subscribed to this
Why I
show,
don't
or
see
I
them in my
like it, or
feed?
follow it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even see it no more because they don't switch it up on you. They don't want you to hear. They don't want you to see the greatness of all things super. They took the ceiling off. Hit y'all with that Cali. They don't want y'all to see all things super. They want y'all to just live in a mediocrity with all of other shows that scripted and they just was paid by sponsors to tell y'all how good something is when they don't even use that. What? Oh wait, I shouldn't say that because we get sponsors. If we get sponsors, we gonna use that shit to let y'all know for real.
Yeah.
This lotion dry as shit, but it
But it
protects.
smells good.
It and it moisturizes. If you can get over the initial dryness, and they know that this shit dry, they can go back and start putting all that goddamn talcum powder in there. That should give you cancer.
So I've heard. But thank you all so much for joining us this episode. We greatly appreciate all the love, all the support. We'll see you in the next episode. But just remember, until then, keep being super.
Rest in peace, Tupac.